Okay, this is the second of four Crucible lectures where I will analyse some quotations, well, from Act 2 obviously. I was going to upload all four of these this evening, but sadly the upload rate to YouTube is just spectacularly slow, and I had promised myself that I would go a bit mad and experiment with having a life this evening. So in order for me to have a life this evening, it means I can't upload all four, but I'll resume normal service tomorrow, when I will of course revert to type and have no life at all. Goodo, let's move on. Act 2. First quotation, I'll plead no more, I see now your spirit twists around the single error of my life, and I will never tear it free. John Proctor. Proctor is angry with his wife here because he believes himself to be an honest man. He struggles with Elizabeth's coolness towards him, and he feels that although he has confessed, she has not forgiven him, and this is an injustice. He notes that he has made only a single mistake in their marriage, indeed in his life, and he feels Elizabeth will not forgive him for it. The final clause in the quotation is interesting. It's an image where he feels her judgment of his affair is so constant, so ever-present, that he will never be able to live without her judgment. There is a sense here in which Proctor feels he will only be freed from Elizabeth's judgment and be seen as an honest and good man when he dies. Next. I like it not that Mr. Paris should lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it. John Proctor. Similar to the hellfire and bloody damnation quotation, when Proctor says, I'll not conceal it, he is asserting that he's an honest man again, that he is willing to tell the truth, even if it is uncomfortable. The stage direction for this quotation is interesting as well. It reads, starts to speak, then stops, then, as though unable to restrain this. This suggests he cannot help but tell the truth. He is unable to restrain himself from telling the truth. Again, the quotation stresses that John is an honest character and that the truth is an essential quality to him. Next. Question Abigail Williams about the gospel. Not myself, Elizabeth Proctor. This is Elizabeth's defense of herself. She is indignant at being accused, but more so when she knows that her accuser, Abigail, is the real liar and the cause of the entire hysteria. I do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart that judges you, Elizabeth Proctor. Elizabeth uses a metaphor to explain that Proctor will not forgive himself, and that she no longer accuses him of any crime, but he judges himself continually. And of course he responds to that, "Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer." He uses hyperbole, suggesting that Elizabeth has been emotionally cold to him since the affair, and so cold that it could freeze alcohol. I have seen too many frightful proofs in court. The devil is alive in Salem, and we dare not quail to follow wherever the accusing finger points. Reverend Hale. Following on from Hale's assertion that he will rely on the heavy authority of his books, he now claims to have seen evidence of witchcraft in Salem. He continues that the village must not shy away from accusing people of witchcraft because of their status in the community. This is after two respected citizens, Martha Corey and Rebecca Nurse, have been accused. However, this quotation seems to give free rein to anyone who wants to accuse another. The synecdoche of the accusing finger indicates that anyone who is accused will be investigated, and reveals that Hale's faith in the books he earlier stated is not as strong as he had believed. It's because of this sort of attitude that Hale is instrumental in bringing about the trials and the executions. Next, I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem, but now the little crazy children are jangling the keys of the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. I'll not give my wife to vengeance. John Proctor. Here Proctor rails against the court, explaining that the court is not really in control, as it is merely following the accusations of the girls. As such, the power in the town, the keys of the kingdom, is now in the hands of the little crazy children. He denounces the court, claiming that it is not an instrument of justice, but an instrument of vengeance, of revenge, of exacting the violent desires of the girls who are running it. He finishes by saying that he will not allow a court which has gone so wrong to try his wife. Hell and heaven grapple on our backs, and all our old pretense is ripped away. God's icy wind will blow. John Proctor. Here he warns the court that their judgment is wrong and that God will see through this mistake when he judges all men. He explains that when the lies, the pretenses which the villagers are told, are seen through by God, he will pass an uncomfortable, brutal punishment. The metaphor of God's icy wind demonstrates this fearful judgment, while also showing that the lies which Salem has been built on will be blown away in the face of God's truth.